My dearest Ellie, what a wonderful and magical life we've had together. Looking back at my life, I'll see how each step, each decision, each experience was so perfectly aligned with what came next. It all makes sense to me, especially now. It's been a glorious life with you, and that will continue. My physical absence is meaningless, yet profound in the effect it will have on you and the world you will live in.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, sweetie.
I would give the whole world just to be.
Hi, Mom. Mom? What are you doing?
Pushing weights. You're documenting it already? Okay.
Look, there's a thing. So you can.
Oh, isn't
It's
that
like a
great?
selfie
That's
thing.
amazing.
People say
Okay.
that life never turns out the way you expect it to. We could have never imagined that when we decided to leave the city and try living in nature, that life would have ever turned out the way it did. I had no idea when he was writing me all these letters, all these love letters and cards, all these years, that I'd be reading them under these circumstances when he's not here. You are my anchor and my all, who keeps me from floating away to that open void. Instead, we're arm in arm on our own island, safe, secure, protected, and loved by each other forever.
Come, my children. Hi, Rosie.
Hey, Rosie. Here's a leaf. Okay, this one for everyone.
No. It is.
Tomato time. In May of this past year, we had something happen unlike anything that I've ever experienced before. My husband, my soulmate, my prince of 32 years, was experiencing bad stomach pains. And this is a man who's never missed a day of work in 32 years that I've known him, who does Ironman races and triathlons and has been an athlete from way back. And he went to get a colonoscopy, and And they discovered that he has stage 4 colon cancer. He's getting ready to have colon surgery next month. But like everything else that Stephen and I have ever done, we're gonna do it together.
I thought I was indestructible, you know, that I would kind of live forever with my wife. And I still hope that's the case. But, you know, now I have this disease that I'm dealing with, and, you know, you never know what's going to happen. You're a totally healthy person one day, and suddenly you're diagnosed with some disease that could be fatal, and you really get a feel for your mortality at that point in time. It's just the unknown, you know? How is it going to go? Maybe I can, you know, beat this. Who knows? I have it. So far, so good. And hopefully we'll continue and live happily ever after.
These are magic lanterns.
They're magic lanterns.
Light them. The genie comes out. You gotta get one more.
Okay.
Let the games begin.
And we are ready to rock now.
I'm not ill.
Really, what are you?
Just have cancer.
What's that mean, Dad?
I'm taking care of one. Beating cancer.
It's the cat family.
I stopped all those medications a week ago. Oh, a week ago.
First time he's had to take off his wedding ring ever in 33 years.
It's Chemo.
Are you on the Losartan?
I stopped them all.
All right, what about the epidural? Do you know anything about that, the epidural for pain?
Have you met with anesthesia yet?
No.
All right, this is not something that is absolutely required.
It'll take about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or so for the nurses just to get him situated. He'll still be pretty sleepy and groggy. And then they'll call you and get you in there.
All right, you were great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good. See you, Scott.
Make sure you get all the hair in there. Have a nice trip, honey. Lay on that beach, do some good diving, okay?
See you on the other side.
See you on the other side. During the operation, the surgeon found hundreds of tiny tumors inside Stephen's abdomen. He said chemo was Stephen's only hope for more time.
We spent a lot of time researching how we're going to take care of this cancer, and we found somebody who I feel is like a renegade. He believes in traditional chemotherapy, but alternative types of protocols. He believes what you do, how you think, what you eat, how you live your life affects cancer. And his name is Mitch Gaynor.
Oh, here we are.
Here we are.
So these are tiny spots.
Like sand.
Like sand. And where are they exactly?
In the lining between your intestines, between where your tumor is and the liver. And it's very treatable. You just gotta do, you know, some chemo, some nutritional things.
Chemo is unpleasant.
But it's different chemo.
You know, should I start writing my...
What are you talking about, Dad?
Today, Dad was feeling a little scared about, like, dying.
20 over 7.
I was nervous Monday when I took it. Anyway, that's that.
That's
Okay,
good.
what else?
Finger.
Do you want to talk about it, Dad?
Now? No. I like to write, so I'd like to write it down. I really want to. So I really need to...
Talk about everything. My back. Yeah. You can take that off tomorrow. That all feels great.
Good morning, Luna. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Mom. What are you doing?
Last on a Saturday morning, me doing my motherly cat jobs, cleaning the litter box. Very cold. Hi.
Dad, what are you doing?
Getting my morning fill of medicines here. Acetretin, doxycycline, metformin, that's the chemo, that's Lauded, more tonight. Gee, I love taking pills. It'd be nice if I didn't have to take drugs this summer, then I'd be normal. If normal is possible.
Let's see your hands, Stephen.
Lobster hands.
Let's see the nails.
Those are good. We've been filing.
You're good, honey. Come on, let's go for a snow walk. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh. Oh. All right. All right. All right. They're all excited.
Okay, Dad.
We're on? Okay.
It is recording.
Okay. This whole cancer thing, I think you were thinking I was gonna go in a short period of time. And I never really felt that was going to be the case. I feel I'm gonna beat it.
Oh. Lily and Iris.
And I couldn't be in a better place than I am now with what I have, with the people who are around me. I couldn't be in a more sublime environment. I couldn't have more loving people. And I just feel a sense of comfort.
The trees are blooming and the cats are happy, and it's just so gorgeous after this long, freezing winter.
Hi, Dad.
I am. My Luna.
That now to kind of see everything bloom,
Very green out here.
it's a wonderful, wonderful time. But it's also really significant because this Sunday's Mother's Day. And 34 years ago on Mother's Day, Stephen and I met.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Sky.
Hi, Dad.
Scott.
What was it like when you met Mom for the first time?
I mean, meeting some chick in a bikini on a beach, talking to a biker. That's what it was like.
You were talking to a biker, Mom?
I was reading a spiritual book and talking to a Hell's Angel. And Dad rose out of the water. Our eyes locked. The Hell's Angel left. And then Dad came and sat down. It was a big change.
I was coming out of the water. I saw her, she saw me. Our eyes locked. And I circled back and sat down. And then, of course, Ellie asked me about 75 questions in 10 minutes, and I knew that this was somebody spectacular. Turns out she was in the media, you know, had a hit TV show, top DJ. I didn't know any of that.
He asked my phone number, I gave it to him, and he called me. We went out on a date, and I hated him. At the time, I was in television, and he didn't own a TV. He instead had an MBA, he was a numbers guy, and we were so different. But the next day, a letter was slipped through the front door slot of my house, and it was from him. And it was the most beautiful letter. Basically, the essence was, pretend like we just grew up on a desert island, and let's not bring any old baggage or anything from our past into now. We went out the second time, and that was it. It was magical.
That's it.
That's not it. Ask another question, Sky.
What do you like about Mom?
What do I like about Mom? What do I love about Mom? I love all the things about her today that I did when we met. She's inquisitive, enthusiastic, over the top, one of a kind, free thinker, open, loving, caring, a terror at times.
I'm just bossing everyone around, so it's all right.
Somebody who, when they have a goal, won't stop until they get there. That's Mom. That's who I love. How's that?
Pretty good.
When he found me and I found him, I was at a point in my life where I was questioning everything.
Most successful and most widely listened to female disc jockey in the United States of America.
I had climbed the mountain of fame and success twice and found it empty. And I was devastated by that. If this is so, a little bit of fame and fortune doesn't do it. What is it? The thing about it is, he just believed in me. Believed in me and loved me like no one ever had before. And I knew he was the one. A year later, we found a spot in Montauk by the ocean, because we met by the ocean, and we got married. We've just had a pretty amazing 33 years together. As different as we are, still magical.
Here it is, slightly bent. It's out of my pocket.
Well, this is
The
not
other night-
a Mother's Day card. This is a May 10th
Excuse
card.
me, of
I
course,
was
but
saying. You are my person. You always were. From the moment I met you on the beach 34 years ago, you were and are my person.
you are.
We fit together like a soft glove, yet we are so different.
You're so the same.
And it works, and it gets better, even in the face of the unknown.
You're wonderful.
I know we're on the right path together, as long as we're side by side.
I love you.
He always writes the best cards. Always.
Our relationship is totally core. We are each other, really. We're so different, yet we're so the same. I'm kind of the right brain here, and I'm sitting on the right side. She's the left brain. So
No,
that's...
it's reversed. You're the left brain.
Oh,
I'm the
really?
right brain.
Okay. Is that what it is?
Yes. The left
Okay.
brain is very linear.
Yeah, so I was always into math and science and exercise. She's thinking in terms of not just the Earth, but, you know, the cosmos. She's always telling me she's not of this Earth, you know, that she's Aladdin. So she does believe that, and I believe it too. The road ahead, even though there's so many unknowns, I just know that if this cancer gets worse, I'm gonna be in great hands. My wife is gonna take care of me. Right now, I feel real good.
Every time I get blood taken, I get a copy of the blood report, and I look at it, and you see the cancer marker levels. And all of mine, you know, since the very beginning, have been low and stable. And, you know, they've said that it's, the Gainer says that it's dormant. Cancer's dormant. But what happens if I suddenly look at one of those reports and you see a spike, you know? And that's what happens, you know, a marker goes from 3 to 80. You know, in a week, and that means something's going on. That means, you know, there's something growing inside. That scares me, you know, to think that that really can happen at any time. And then what do? Do I go through this whole regime of new drugs that's going to wear me down? And, you know, I don't want to live a life like that. I love it here. You know, I love my life with my wife and daughter. There's still a lot I want to do. I want to travel with Ellie and take off on a plane and disappear for a month or two in Europe or Polynesia or somewhere else on the far end of the earth. I want to see you get married and have kids. And, you know, I want to do a lot more. And there's that possibility that that may not come to pass.
We have talked about growing old together and some of the things that we want to do. And that's weird to think that, you know, maybe that one might not happen. So the sadness, you know, it kind of comes in waves. It's not all the time, but when it comes, it's overwhelming. The idea that I don't know if Stephen is going to die, and if he does, how am I going to handle it in a way where I'm there for him and I can make it really good for him? I actually am pretty sure I can do that. I'm not scared of that. I'm more scared of what life would be like without him. Because we know each other so well, I don't understand how people, and people do. I saw my mother do it when my father died.
But she didn't have the same relationship with Dad.
No, she didn't. So I don't have any reference. But I know people go through it all the time. But the thing that scares me the most is I don't know how I can go through something like that.
You have me.
I have you. But I have to be there for you, too, because I'm your mom.
Yeah, but I have to be there for you because I'm your daughter.
It's true.
Getting sunny, going to the beach. It's been a few years since we've been to the beach. Do it while we can right now. So I got these cancer markers back, and they've been elevated. And I feel it inside my stomach and my feet. Hopefully the water's nice and warm. I can get out there and swim a little. Wiggle my toes in the sand. Hopefully my feet will feel pretty good.
Here we go, Daddy.
I tuoi difetti sono talmente tanti che nemmeno tu li sai. Sei peggio di un bambino capriccioso, la vuoi sempre vinta tu. Sei l'uomo più egoista e prepotente.
It's like a big pimple.
Well,
Anyway, well,
are you self-conscious about it?
a little. I actually hate the port. I think it's ugly.
Why? No.
I brush my hand against it, and I think
you are
it's.
going to love that because if I have
I don't
to
wanna
stick
love
you
it
in your
for-
vein, it's too much. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And
All right.
this is going to the laboratory to check his counts. Entire duration will probably take us about 4 hours. All right, you're good.
So, first time in the water in how long?
con te dovrò combattere.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Non ti si può pigliare come sei. I tuoi difetti sono talmente tanti che nemmeno tu li sai. Sei peggio di un bambino capriccioso, la vuoi sempre vinta tu.
I see this cancer as a pretty formidable foe. I used to think I was indestructible. I used to think at the beginning of cancer, oh, I'll beat this. And it's not so easy to beat. Last night I was having trouble just walking on the floors, you know, even in my slippers. So I hate to say it, but maybe I have a limited time left with my wife, Ellie. That's harder for her, definitely harder for her, I think.
Why?
And because I'll be gone. She'll have to deal with the planet Earth without me, and our whole lives have been about each other, you know, our whole lives for 33 years. So that's gonna be rough on her, and of course, on you too, my daughter, who... But there's always the thing, hey, you know, maybe I'll go longer, who knows? I'm not sad about it.
You're not?
I'd rather be happy during the day than sad. Wouldn't that be the best thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the things that mattered to me in the past seem like they don't matter anymore. The only thing I want is Stephen to get better.
Bye, Beach.
When Stephen and I met, he loved me when I was broken. And he healed me with his love. Now, I want to heal him.
It's a whole kind of routine on a Friday or Saturday night. I go out and I get the wood, bring in the cats, they sit on our lap. We talk about everything, life, and we try to extend it as long as possible into the weekend. I've been doing 18 months of chemotherapy. In 2 weeks, it's chemo 26. None of the doctors like to tell you that it's cumulative. You have to kind of pull it out of them. Hey, is this gonna make me feel worse as I keep doing it? Well, you know, it depends. Or is this like permanent? Well, could be, you know, you never get a straight answer, but it's discomfort now, basically all the time. My feet, I feel like I'm walking on glass. There's gotta be that choice, and I'm pretty close to it, of moving away from the chemotherapy. You know, when the chemo takes hold, it feels like you're just being tugged down to the ground. You really kind of get a sense of who you are, and there's no way you can fight that. But I find that if I close my eyes and just be with it, just being present, I feel better. It's beautiful.
Recently, when Stephen went in to get chemo, Dr. Gaynor wasn't there, and when he asked where he was, he found out that actually Dr. Gaynor had committed suicide.
You know, how do you get your head around your doctor who you've confided in, put your life in his hands for a year and a half, and he's gone? You know, at first I was really confused and angry. You know, he wasn't there for me anymore. But you know, now we're on a different path, and you know, may Mitch rest in peace.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Una.
A few weeks ago, we kind of talked about the end of chemo, and now this stuff is making my body worse and worse. Maybe the cancer is sort of you know, level. It's not remission, but it's not spiking right now. But the side effects are definitely getting worse. My body is telling me I can't do this anymore. So the chemo, it's got to stop. So what's going to happen? I mean, is the cancer going to come roaring back? Will I have this period of, hey, I'm off the drugs, so I'll feel good for 6 months, and then it'll go downhill after that? So you think, you know, in terms of time, and that's how it is. So I got to deal with it, honestly. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not, it's not a woe is me kind of thing. It's like, okay, this is like the path, and I, you know, I have to follow it wisely, I think.
It's like, how do you keep going, rise above it, no matter what? I used to think you could kind of plan in advance and practice. I don't think that anymore. I know that what I need to do is just focus on the present. Right now, Stephen is here.
Thanksgiving test.
Our daughter is here.
Good health, long life, lots of love.
And for that, I am truly grateful.
A few weeks ago, I was having terrible, progressively worse pain all over, feet and stomach. So we went in to see the people at the hospital. They thought getting a stent, a little spring almost inside the colon to open it up, because just the cancer spreading and the tumor itself pressing against the colon. But that was the beginning of a downward spiral to a certain extent.
The test that you had when you were in the hospital showed that there might be a second obstruction.
Right.
So we're going to see if we can address both. Based on the location of the main obstruction, I think if we can put a stent there, it should help.
It's going to help.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Tad. So?
They put in a stent. They said it went well. Said I'll feel better. That's all I care about.
This is the stent before we release it.
Right there? Yeah, I see that.
See, that's smaller than my finger.
Right.
All right, so
What's
that's
that?
the point where the tumor is.
We're good? Okay. Done. Hopefully you'll all feel better. I feel a little better. Not entirely better. I'm going home.
In the city, the doctors told Stephen he only had a very, very short time left to live, and to basically just go home and prepare to die.
I thought I beat it, okay. I guess not. I know my body, and I just feel the deterioration. There's nothing else I can do invasively to help me. So I guess rounding third, coming home and trying to be as comfortable as possible.
How many cats you got?
A lot of cats.
How you doing, Steven? All right. And see, I got 3 holes showing there. Yep. So I got 3 holes showing here.
Got it.
For the height, your elbows has to be bent. You don't want them straight up and down.
Right.
Straight like this. Okay, now. Wheels go forward.
So, right.
Got it.
You sure?
You said you got it.
All right, let me get my...
What do you think? Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah. Good to have, as Mom says. Okay.
Merry Christmas, lovey girl. I had nothing to do with any of these presents. I don't know where they came from.
They came from Santa. What are you talking about? All right, so let me...
Daddy, Christmas?
Yeah,
You good?
I don't feel very good now. No, I feel like I have a inflated basketball in me and constant pressure and trying to modulate it with maybe pain, morphine pills and pot and, you know, trying to get sleep. That part of it hasn't been fun. But being around Ellie has been fun.
We've had many Christmases together.
Yeah.
And this one will be a good one.
Yeah.
Because, you know why? Because I'm gonna give you a gift. So we saw this in one of Dad's doctor's offices.
Oh my God.
This is so cool. It's called the Now Clock.
Oh my God. What time is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Dad, what time is it?
Now. Open up a card.
It says, "Oh, Ellie, I love you more than Christmas, on top of Christmas, with a side of Christmas. I love you every which way. You are my everything. Love, Steven."
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, fun Christmas.
Here's your stocking. Very nice, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You know, when you're with someone who is dying from a long-term illness, it's terrible in certain ways because you see them suffer. And if you love them, it's awful. But on the other hand, it's also a blessing because you get time. And it's sad in that, yeah, it's been 2 years, and we've had a lot of time, but a lot of the time we had was us thinking that somehow maybe it wouldn't happen, that we'd pull it off and we wouldn't be separated. But now we have hospice, and he stopped treatment, and we're talking about his funeral and planning what that's going to be.
What are you most scared about, Mom?
Well, what am I most scared about? Well, I have spent the last 35 years with him as my partner in everything we did. Every little thing, every big thing, every dilemma, every celebration. And we've been side by side. So I can't imagine going through a day and not being able to report to him or have him report to me what happened.
These days, I haven't been feeling that great, to be honest.
Did you guys just get?
Yep.
There's been more pain and pressure, tightness. It's gotten progressively worse.
And you slept.
Slept.
So you don't think it's too strong, the morphine and all the stuff?
I don't. Is that okay?
Yeah, as long as you feel it's okay. I like it that the cats are with you, keeping you company. So you gonna rest a little more?
Stephen loves the farm and being in the country and wants to be in his home. If you tell your loved ones, look, this is what I want, you know, for my end-of-life care, we all have a right to have that.
With our daughter, Sky, we chose a home birth. We spent a lot of time taking classes together, so it wasn't just like we jumped into it. And I think we're doing the same approach now. Skylar was born at home. I'm gonna die at home. So we're learning a lot about that and what it means and what you can get out of it and how it's different than dying in a hospital bed. All right, I'll do.
You know, Stephen and I, when we found out, we made a decision that we were gonna do this like we did everything else. We were gonna do it our way.
Nobody's having a say in how I'm gonna die except me and us here. People think death is out of their hands, that it's sirens and ambulances, and that it's dictated by hospitals or doctors, tubes and so forth. So we've made that choice. If somebody says, well, come in and let's take a look here and take a look there, I have the ability to say, no, thank you.
So you have my password and stuff. Do you have it? Should I give it to you now?
It's kind of neat that, you know, I'm just able to, with technology, leave instructions and messages and anything else I want to Ellie and Sky.
Everybody's different. Everybody has different things that are important to them, different belief systems, different things that matter to them. For us, we want natural things. I mean, the fact that we want a cardboard casket, we don't think that that's important. What's important is the person's soul, who they are, and what their wishes are in life.
And I think making a film about this makes absolutely perfect sense because this is something I could see that can help a lot of people out there who've never really touched or experienced this side of a death, that they didn't think it could be this way. So I think that's important.
Stephen got out of the bath the other night and he said, look, I'm skinny now. You know, when you're watching someone who's your special person in life, your loved one, your soulmate, your sweetie, as their body changes, it's hard. But, you know, it's weird because I don't see him as his body. Our connection is way beyond the body. I mean, it's sad seeing that he's changing physically, but I'm looking at his soul. And that's what I'm gonna miss.
You both think of the things that I'm gonna miss. I'll miss everything going forward. And of course, I'll miss everything having to do with both of you. Skies, marriage, and kids. I'll miss our family growing up together. So I try not to think about that and think that who comes after me, you know, all those people can benefit by this, by getting to know me this way when I'm not here.
Stephen was afraid that dying would be painful, so hospice recommended a book to help. I'm reading you On Life After Death by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross.
The woman, the Kubler.
Elizabeth Kubler-Ross was one of the most famous, here, I'll read it. As a pioneer of the hospice movement, Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross was one of the first scholars to frankly discuss our relationship with death. Her work has informed the lives of countless people as they face the grieving process. Basically, she was involved in the beginning of creating hospice and on helping people make peace with death. The dying experience is almost identical to the experience at birth. It is a birth into a different existence which can be proven quite simply. There are 3 stages to the moment of death. The death of the human body is identical to what happens when the butterfly emerges from its cocoon. Dying is only moving from one house into a more beautiful one. As soon as the cocoon is in an irreparable condition, be it from suicide, murder, heart attack, or chronic disease, it will release the butterfly, your soul, so to speak. At this second stage, after the butterfly leaves its material body, you will experience some important things which you simply ought to know in order not to be afraid of death anymore. You will also notice that nobody can die alone. The people who are waiting for us on the other side are the ones who loved us most. After you have encountered your loved ones, you will realize that dying is only one transition to a different form of life. I knew my job was to help Stephen through the fear he felt as his path on earth was ending. I read the book to him, but inside I felt like my heart was being ripped out. I just wanted to lay on the floor in an ocean of tears. Before you step out of your physical body, you pass through a tunnel, a gate, or cross a bridge. You are, at its end, embraced by light. The light is whiter than white, and the more you approach this light, the more you are embraced by the greatest, indescribable, unconditional love you could ever imagine. Here there is understanding without judging. In this light, you have to look back on your entire life from the first day until the last. With this viewing of your own life, you have reached the 3rd stage. There's one thing everybody has to learn before he can return from where he came from, and that is unconditional love. If you have learned and practiced this, you have mastered the greatest lesson of all. And I think that that's one of the reasons why you can die, Stephen, because you were like the best, certainly at loving me unconditionally. So you maybe learned that lesson.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go on or stop? Should we save the rest for the next?
I'm listening, I'm wide awake.
You want me to read the next chapter?
Sure.
This life, this time you are in a physical body, is a very, very short span of your total existence because you are here for a very special purpose. All the hardships that you face in life, most people view as something negative. If you would only realize that nothing that comes to you is negative, all the trials and tribulations, the greatest losses are gifts to you. It is an opportunity that you are given to grow. This is the sole purpose of existence on this planet. Did any of it make you feel better?
Yeah, calm.
What'd you like about it?
It's safe.
Exactly. That's beautiful. Love you, honey. So shall we turn out the lights and turn on the wave machine? Good night, honey.
I love you.
Love you too, sweetie. You comfortable?
Very.
Good. All right. We'll see you in the morning, and if you want us, call us. We have the monitor, okay?
Do the wave machine, okay?
Okay. Stephen, why do you like the wave machine?
I like it because it reminds me of being out in the ocean, swimming, being in the water, being one with the water.
Non ti si può pigliare come sei.
That's why I like it.
I tuoi difetti son talmente tanti che nemmeno tu.
It's always there, it's never gonna go away.
Sei peggio di un bambino capriccioso, la vuoi sempre vinta tu. Sei l'uomo più egoista e prepotente che abbia conosciuto mai. Ma c'è di buono che al momento giusto tu sai diventare un altro. In un attimo tu sei grande, 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 le mie pene non me le ricordo.
We've talked about the end environment for me, if you will. In this wonderful room, we call it the Fern Room. It's probably the most comfortable room in the house. I'm somewhat used to painful experiences through sports, but when you're doing sports, you're in pain, you know, you're gonna get through it. There's another side to it. Here, there's no other side, it just continues. It's intolerable at points. I don't really get a great night's sleep. If I time it right, I take the pill right, then I just conk out. I just want to keep the pain under control, but not be out of it so completely.
All right, good job.
I just happen to be sitting in here because nobody likes the pot smell, so in the bathroom.
You have your nice big socks on?
The big deal is comfort right now. It's what I think about most. Other than you and Mom taking care of me, which you're doing great. But I'm pretty good now. Everything's good. Everything's perfect. There's nothing more than I want.
How's the temperature, Stephen?
Okay.
Can I do this?
All right, this is the morphine, honey.
And then I have this tea. It's hot, but it's good, right? Or do you want water?
After.
Which one? Okay. I'm gonna get this tea first, okay?
Okay, under the tongue, you have to swallow it.
Okay.
Okay.
Slowly, though.
Good for you.
I'm gonna go wash this up.
Now, you have the drug cocktail. So, you should be able to rest easy.
It doesn't taste good.
This guy's coming back. This guy, he wants more tea.
Is there a case where they take?
Nope, because this is a very light dose, supposedly. Very low milligrams or whatever. You still feel nauseous? Or...
Yes.
All right, that's good. You want me to pull your long sleeves down? And this one? Okay. All right. You can lay back when you're ready.
No, almost.
Why don't you hold it for him?
Okay, that's a good idea. You need to hold it? Wow, it's hot. You like it? Are you feeling warm?
It's okay.
Okay, you want to lay back? Love you, honey. Lay back. Okay. How's that?
The lights.
Well, it's almost the end of the day and the sun's gonna go down and it'll be dark. We're gonna keep you comfortable. Okay. You feel a little better now? Okay. Love you, honey. I think you're gonna have a nice rest now. No pain, right? Okay, that's good. Honey? How you doing?
Listen up.
You are sitting up.
Is that bad?
You're sitting up. No, it's good. But why do you need to stand up?
I'm leaning against the wall.
You gonna what?
Lean against the wall, are you sure?
Why, honey? Why?
Sit on that block.
I've been with Stephen since he was 25. I've seen him grow from a boy to a man and through all these different changes. And now I'm there when he's gonna leave. When you can be calm enough to be in that moment.
Lie down. Okay.
It's an honor to be with someone when they make that transition to whatever is on the other side.
Okay, honey. Snowy outside. It's Wednesday. You know who called and wanted to speak to you? It was so sad. Namish. He said, "Can I speak to Steve one last time?" I said, "Maybe."
What did he say?
He said he can't wrap his head around it. He was so sad. He was so sweet. All right.
And what are you doing?
I'm meditating, trying to stay calm. And I'm sending Dad a lot of love and light.
Recording Valentine's Day, put together by my husband, my hero, my prince. We've made this beautiful Valentine's Day.
Don't make me over. I wouldn't change one thing about you. Just take me inside your arms and hold me tight and always be by my side. If I am wrong or right, I'm begging you.
You're wearing Dad's glasses?
Yeah. And he looks beautiful, actually.
He does look beautiful.
All right, honey. Love you, honey. Love you. Love you, sweetie. It's all right. Oh, honey. It's all right.
This on Valentine's Day.
I know, right? Got you a Valentine's Day card, honey. You would have written a better one than me. Want me to read it to you? It says, "You are the brightest star in my universe. Happy Valentine's Day, my forever Valentine. You're Elle." It's a picture of the brightest star in the universe with a heart.
Oh my.
Do you want to hold his hand? I'm holding his hand.
My hands are really cold.
I don't think it matters.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Anne Elizabeth Barnes. I help families to lay out their loved one at home and to carry out a vigil. The preparation of the body helps us with the ability to say goodbye, because as we sit with the body for over the period of 3 days of the vigil, we see a change come over the face, and they're not there anymore. And then we have no real problem saying goodbye to the shell that housed this spirit, this soul, for all of those years. Most religious traditions have this, that it takes a while for the person's spirit to let go of this vehicle that has carried them in this incredible life that they've had. And this gives you the opportunity to do that last gift for the person that you love. Because there you are lovingly anointing this person with oil. You're not afraid of this body that most of the time, the people who are doing this are either the children or the wives or the husbands. They've slept next to this body for 30 years, and it helps with the grieving process. So I'm preparing these bags to put dry ice in to keep Stephen's body cool. This is a more environmentally friendly way of doing it without embalming, and there's room right there.
I'm Mario Grimaldi, a licensed funeral director in New York State and good friends of Ellie, Steve, and Sky. A lot of people today just feel that we have to just get rid of this as fast as we can. We celebrate only certain things, and death is not one of them. There's nothing to fear with dead people. There's nothing to fear about our own demise. You should embrace it and say, this should bring up a discussion for everybody that's in this room. What's going to happen when my time comes? When you take care of somebody, it does something for you. It makes you very involved and appreciate your life or appreciate the person's life that you're taking care of and say, gee, this is terrible what's happening to him. This shouldn't be happening to him. But we always have to look at that. This is a part of life. Death is just like being born. We didn't want to come out of our mothers. That's why we cry. We don't want to go into the next step of whatever realm it is that you believe in. So it's just a normal passage. And we have to embrace it and accept it and not be afraid.
As we gather in this lovely room, we are welcomed not only by Stephen's family, but by Stephen himself. For his presence is felt in every area of this home that he loved so much. We come to remember Stephen and to celebrate his life. We come to mourn, but we also come to say goodbye.
Ordinary people consider only their lives in the present to be important. But perceptive people recognize that how to die is important as well.
We pray for Stephen Robbins for peaceful journey.
It's been 4.5 months since Stephen died. He said, when I'm cremated and you have my ashes, I want them spread at the water's edge in Montauk, where we got married.
I miss too many things about Dad, and even though he's gone, I feel his presence every day. But to come back to Montauk means to complete a circle. At the beach, where the water meets the land, it's the end of the earth and also the beginning of something else. And when we spread Dad's ashes, it's exactly what he wanted.
Safe journey. See you soon. I'm grateful. Stephen wanted to die at home, and it took a lot of courage to allow himself to be in that vulnerable way and be conscious. Loving him so much as it was happening was a gift to be there and to be able to step off the cliff together into the unknown. A few weeks before he died, Stephen said to Sky, I wrote a letter to your mom, and I also left an audio file of me reading the letter. After I'm gone, get the letter, and when you guys are ready, read it.
My dearest Ellie, you are my love and my sweetheart. What a wonderful and magical life we've had together. From the moment we met on the beach, my love for you has never wavered. We've stayed on our own island, my dear Ellie, haven't we? And have been able to repel the influences that can tear lives apart. We grew together as a couple into one being that can never be separated. I'll take that one last swim into the warm waters of the ocean. Shed no tears, my love, as you can always see me from the water's edge, circling back and coming towards you. Ellie, my physical absence is meaningless, yet profound in the effect it will have on you, Sky, and the world you will live in. We feel the breeze from the flapping wings of the butterfly on the other side of the planet. And so the void left from my body not standing will create ripples touching many. You and Sky will create something, I know, that will make the world a much more beautiful place. I'll always love you. I'll never leave you. Stephen.